Hi, Room Manager for Office Part 4. Let's see what we can set in the admin panel. Let's see how the Room Manager booking form, which is centrally the main part of the solution, works for the users. We can discuss a little bit about customization about the booking form. This is a big advantage of the solution that you can use custom fields in the booking form. Let's see the very powerful events list where all the events for bookings, reservations with all the details for any resource by date, time, site location are added. Let's see how we can work in the all events list with filtering and sorting and the very powerful ribbon in the all events list. Now part 1, the Room Manager admin panel. You see that in the global navigation there's a link to the admin panel. Here, the administrator of the room manager can set in this list by opening and clicking the title admin panel some settings. So we see here that all the resources like rooms, room layout, equipments, and so on are listed. And if you don't want to show, for example, the rooms tab, or you don't want to show the equipments tab simply because you don't use equipment bookings or cars bookings, you can change these values here directly. So when I say hide equipment tab, for example, set to no, this will mean that the equipments will show up for bookings in the booking form. So when we go back to the booking form, let's see if I find that quickly on the home page here and on the only room, which is the room calendar, where the users can just add the reservation for a specific room. So the settings from the room admin panel will be reflected in the booking form. If we set hide equipments to no, it means that in the booking form the equipments list with the available equipments are showing up. I hope that this makes sense. The second part in the admin panel as well, which is important, is the manager email. This is a generic email address of all the requests which are made are sent to this email address if content approval is set to yes. If content approval required is set to no, end users can just reserve free available resources through the booking form. If content approval required is set to yes, the requests for the resources like rooms, equipments, catering are sent to this generic email address, except if you have set a specific email address for a specific resource. In the rooms list, for example, you can define that a specific room needs to be routed for content approval to a specific email address, then you could set this email address in the rooms list. If you set a generic email address here, all the requests will be sent to this one email address. Customization of the booking form. This is something special that needs a lot of attention, and we suggest you that before you make any changes here to this booking form by adding custom fields or by adding custom logic, that you contact us because this can be broken if we make very special operation. So I would suggest that you don't uh, make any customizations to the booking forms. If customizations are needed, we can do it together because it's treated through the event calendar. As you can see, all the events that add, your users add through the booking form are listed in the events calendar. And this events calendar is the most powerful thing. As you see, all the events with the details are added here. And the fields which comes from the booking form are taken from the events calendar under the ribbon, under the list settings of the event calendar. You see all the fields that we use in the booking form, and we can create new columns or we can modify existing columns. But set again, be very careful, don't do any changes here without consulting us, and it is a better way to have a valid backup and to restore before you change here these columns which are reflected in the booking form. Filtering and sorting in the events list. This is out of the box functionality in SharePoint. In every list you see here the titles, the fields, and you can, for example, filter or sort just per a specific room. So let me show all the bookings for Apollo room and the Armstrong room. Show me all the bookings for these two rooms listed and sorted by a location. You can combine filters as you see. Show me all the bookings for these rooms at Fifth Avenue, and it's automatically here um, reflected and refreshed. You can delete these filters as well again by clearing the filter from the command. And then you have the data. Now, also very important here is the ribbon. In the ribbon of the event calendar, as you can see on the list, you see a lot of additional functionality. One functionality is the connect to Outlook. When you click on that, this events calendar will be connected to your personal Outlook calendar. Let me show you that. When I go to calendar here and I have connected the event calendar from my room manager, it appears under other calendars. And when you click on that, you see on your personal Outlook calendar, which is this one, additionally here, the room manager calendar with the events. And it is synchronized between the room manager calendar and your other calendars, which are managed under Outlook. Additionally, you can use here, for example, the alerts for specific events. Which persons should be notified if any change in this list happens. So you see there is a field send alerts to for the event calendar. You can just simply add an additional email address here. At any time an email will be sent and the alert will be delivered to these persons which are listed here for any change type. You can set when the alert should be sent, anything changes, or someone else changes an event, or someone else changes an event created by me, and when to send the alerts by specifying how frequently you want to be alerted by these changes. This is a very useful feature out of the box in SharePoint lists, where you can set these alerts and the user receiving these alerts can manage their alerts through this link here, manage my alerts, and they are redirected directly from the alerts emails that they receive, so they can stop the notification services or they can activate notification services. The last thing is the list can be exported completely to Excel for reporting functionality if needed. By clicking on export to Excel, a new Excel sheet will be open with all the fields and all the data. And additionally, workflows can be added to this list. Custom workflows can be created by SharePoint Designer, a free tool which is available from Microsoft, which you can download. Again, be very careful if you use SharePoint Designer. Make sure that you have a valid backup in any case that you have to restore your site. And all the other functionalities can be searched in Google, and you will find training videos related to these single settings in the ribbon for any SharePoint Online list.